India is a very special place for me to play, and a big part of that is because I made my Test debut in India, in Bangalore, and I have so many fond memories of this country. So it's nice to come back and be a part of the team. I guess it's even more special to come back and be the captain. It's been a little bit like this, I guess. There's been some good times where the team has had a lot of success, and personally I've been able to score some runs, and some tough times. I got dropped from the Test team and didn't know whether I was going to get back into the team. And I guess now the positive is it's nice that the team's playing well, and I'm able to captain Australia and score some runs personally as well. So there's been plenty of ups and downs through my career, some moments that I'll cherish forever, and I think some moments through my career that have made me the player I am today. You know, I look back at when I got dropped from the Australian Test team, and I think without going through that tough period in my career, I don't think I'd be the player I am today. If we use it, great. If we don't, great. It doesn't bother me as captain of the Australian team, and it doesn't bother any of the Australian players. My thoughts on the times I've used DRS, again, I think I would like to see it consistently used. I'd like us to either say, yes, we're going to use it in all the Test matches, in all the one-dayers, or we aren't. I'd like us to be able to, the ICC, to make a decision on that. But again, as long as it's consistent for both teams and for the umpires on the field, it doesn't really bother me, to be honest. I think the DRS has been fantastic in the times I've used it. I think it's, especially for me personally, it's saved me getting out on a couple of occasions. It's probably got me given out on a couple of occasions as well. So I think what we're trying to do, the game of cricket, is trying to get the decisions as consistent as we possibly can, and I think technology has helped that. Indian strengths and weaknesses. I think both teams know their strengths and weaknesses. Both teams know we have to perform at our best to have success here, especially the Australian team. We know how hard conditions are to play in India. We know how tough a tour it is to come and play in India, and we know how good a team the Indian cricket team is. So from my perspective, I think we have to be really focused just on us and the areas we need to get better at, and also continue to use our strengths and not worry too much about our opposition. I think when you look at the Australian cricket team now compared to when I first come into the Australian cricket team, we had so many very experienced players, so many great players, probably 7 or 8 of the Australian players when I made my debut were as good as any 7 or 8 players in the world. You know, when you look at the Australian team now, we're a lot less experienced. We probably, I think the best way to indicate what the Australian team's like now is we all sit on the same level. Every single one of us has the same goals, have the same commitment, have the same work ethic. We know for us to have success, we have to perform well as a team. It's not about the individual player making 100 or making 200 or taking 5 wickets. That's not going to give us the success we want over a long period of time. We need everybody in the team and in the squad to be performing consistently for us to be the #1 team in the world. So that's probably the main thing that I noticed when I look at the team when I first walked into the Australian team compared to where we sit now as a team. We need every player to be performing and not rely on certain individuals, because we haven't got the great individuals right now that we had when I first played for Australia. You know, I really enjoy the challenge of facing spin bowling, but spin bowling still gets me out as well, like every player. So, yeah, look, I think it's about continuing to learn as a player and using the experiences you have from the past to make you better. For me, it's about preparation, making sure I've trained as hard as I possibly can to be ready for that first ball of the Test match. And if you're doing those things, you're giving yourself every opportunity to have success. It doesn't guarantee success, but it gives you every chance. So, you know, I guess, well, for a while now through my career, it's been about working as hard as I can off the field and then going and enjoying my cricket on the field. And that's what I really focused on, you know, over the past 12 months. And that's what I'll do this tour as well. I'll make sure or through the IPL. The IPL has played a big part. The other thing where I think the IPL has been fantastic is it has built relationships between players all around the world, but especially Australian and Indian players. When I think of the Indian team now, there's so many guys in that team that I get on really well with, I'm good friends with. Once we take the field, though, it'll be very hard fought, a competitive series. But off the field, I think the relationship between the Australian team and the Indian team continues to grow and is in a really good place. I think spin bowling, by what I'm looking at the conditions here, spin bowling is going to play a really big part throughout this first Test match. I see India have 4, maybe include Jadeja, they have 4 spinners in their squad. And I think a lot of those guys, if not all of them, will play in this Test match at Chennai. So, you know, we're giving our spinners the best chance by playing 3 of our guys in the practice game. We'll assess through the practice game how players are going, and at the end of the practice game, and we'll work out what our best 11 is for the Test match. I expected him to be in the Test team. I think he's a wonderful player and has been for India for a long time now, and I think there's a few bowlers in our team that are happy that he's not playing. I think he's a wonderful guy. I really like him. I get on really well with him, and I'm sure if he continues to make runs, he'll get his chance back in the Indian team.